I am nameless. I could be any one of the young people in deep sorrow and distraught from being knocked down over and over again from people who don't seem to recognize the feelings of other people. It really doesn't matter if I'm male, female, black, white, short, tall, mixed, gay, bi, or straight. We all have feelings and emotions. We're all vulnerable to bullying, depression, suicidal thoughts or actions, and addiction. We all have a lot in common, like being misunderstood, judged. I want people to know my story. The story I'm still struggling with. The story I struggle with every minute of every day. I want to educate you on how we feel and what makes us this way. And I know there's a lot of people who know what I'm going through, and I want people to be able to relate to this story. And I know there's a lot of people out there who go through this every day, and sometimes I wish it could just be me. So I was the only one who had to deal with this, but that's not reality. To the people who don't realize what it feels like to be like this, I want you to understand that your rumors, harsh words, and opinions really make a difference. Everything really makes a difference. It does. We just want someone to help us, to understand what we're going through, to just help us through it, everything. And you don't realize that everything you say makes everything worse. It makes us want to give up and give in to the darkness of depression. When I was younger, my mother abandoned me. And when I look back, it makes me feel worthless and unwanted. When I finally got to move with my dad, I was faced with even more vicious problems. I was hit every time I didn't do something right. I never knew what I had done wrong. I hated myself for not being good enough, and I hated myself for never being able to do something right. When I get into school, I was, with my confidence completely ruined, I was faced with bullying. I hated my body, I hated my face, I hated my race, I hated I hated not having enough money, I hated not having the best clothes. I faced being left on the side of the road while my dad's girlfriend went inside and had fun with her drugs. I remember the worst fear. I was terrified on the side of the road knowing someone could do whatever they wanted to me and nobody would be there to help. I can't say I regret everyone in my life. I've had some really supportive people who are like family to me now. Some of the biggest problems I was faced with were abuse, bullying, and racism. While being abused, I asked, not begged, for people to help me, to save me, but nobody would. They said I needed to prove it. No broken bones, no new bruises. I wondered why bruises couldn't be emotional. Finally, I just gave up. I told everyone they were lies. I told everybody that I didn't know what I was talking about. They were just words. Who would believe them? While being bullied, I always tried to change for the bully, or at least change what they hated about me, but of course that was never good enough. I mean, how could I change my race? A statement that has always stayed with me is, "You're a spit, why would any guy like you?" And I believe just that. Up until this day, I believe I'm never good enough. And it's gonna take years for my mentality at this point to change. This is my story. It is 100% true. I want people to stop judging us as gothic, depressing, or emo. We're all human beings. We all have emotions, and we're all human beings, and we all have emotions, and maybe it doesn't look like we're alive, but realize that we do have feelings, and calling us emo, it doesn't help. It makes us feel terrible. It makes us just hate ourselves, and this is not my whole story, but I want people to realize that every word you say really makes a difference in our lives. The emotional scars are deeper than the physical ones. They last forever.